Buongiorno. We made it to Italy. Yesterday we had a beautiful flight from Madeira to Milano, Bergamo, and today, yesterday at the airport we rented a car. Today we're gonna explore Verona for a couple of hours and then drive south. I don't know exactly where. The point of this Italian road trip is mainly food, so do not expect anything more than a few sightseeings of most important cultural places. But do expect pasta, pizza, and gelato, good stuff. Actually, this entire trip in Italy is about visiting San Marino because I'm on my quest of visiting all the countries in Europe, and San Marino, although it's a very tiny state, it is an independent state of Europe. And on the way to San Marino we decided to stop in Verona, where we are right now.
I am here exclusively as a hostage waiting to be fed pasta and pizza.
Yes, so let's go. Eddie's never been to Verona before, so
but just like any Romanian, it's taken me exactly 2 minutes to learn the Italian language.
Yes, and we will visit the famous balcony of Romeo and Juliet, and then probably have something to eat, to keep on track with our goals of eating Italian food. So of course the first stop in Verona is the famous amphitheater. This is the Bra Square, and this Roman amphitheater is really big. It used to hold like 20,000 people and was built like 2,000 years ago. All big cities in Italy have such an amphitheater. I think they still use it for something because right now they're building. Yeah, it looks kind of interesting. I think they're holding concerts or something. Yeah, it's a really nice inside. It costs 10 euros to visit it, but of course we can use those 10 euros to have a bunch of gelatos. So I think we're gonna use it for
Apparently
food.
there was an important speech here given by Garibaldi, like the father of modern Italy. If you think about it, Italy actually isn't old at all. It only happened in like the 1880s, 90s, something like that. So it's not really very old.
But the Roman ruins are.
Yeah, because they were basing their whole idea of the country on Rome. But there were a lot of kingdoms here, not really a country yet. So that's something to remember.
Anyway,
Italy
next stop.
is young.
Let's find that famous balcony. So as we walk through the old city of Verona, we found a lot of cute streets and also this merchants square, Piazza
Erbe.
Erbe. Yeah, so it's really nice, and they also have a tower from the 12th century which was rebuilt after it was struck by lightning at some point in history. You can climb up there. Probably you have a wonderful view of the city. Of course, when you come to Italy you find a lot of towers which you can climb, and often they're very, very nice. Let's find that balcony. That's my goal here. I have to warn you, that's not a real balcony, it's more of a legend, because the balcony that we are about to see was actually attached to a building in like 1800s. So, yeah. There's a bit of a queue, but I don't want you to be disappointed, so... So that's the balcony. What do you see?
I see a regular balcony. But
It's not even the real one.
yeah, it's a cool story, but it's a pretty new balcony. You can sort of see.
Yeah, but it's the world famous balcony ever.
So, you know, get a story. So another famous thing is that there's a statue of Juliet and everybody rubs her bosom. And the thinking behind it is that you'll have a lot of good luck if you rub its bosom. And as you can see, everyone's just rubbed it dry.
Isn't that sexist?
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of weird things.
And you can also visit the museum.
Yeah, but the museum doesn't really have much to do with Romeo and Juliet, other than I heard that the house was actually owned by one of the families in Romeo and Juliet, by the Capulets or something. But no, it's, you know, it's like just an older, it's just an older art museum, just an old house.
So the reality of taking pictures in Italy is actually this one. We try for like 5-10 minutes to get a picture with this famous statue, but yeah, I'm giving up because it seems like it's about to become a stampede over here. Also, this is where COVID started, so I'm just having flashbacks right now. And Edward, I don't know, he's doing something there, taking pictures of random old ladies. Yeah. I hope you're not disappointed, but I think the statue is actually a new addition because last time when I was here there was no statue.
I think they just brought it in, but the bosom's worn out, so
yeah. Well, look at
eventually change it.
Look at those old ladies. They're like, yes, I'm gonna rub it.
Punched in the stomach. By an old lady.
I didn't even get to touch it, so you're lucky.
At some point I just went. My statue.
What happens if you touch it?
I didn't touch it, but apparently you get good luck.
You get stupid. Yeah. So this is the balcony, infamous balcony. Is it worth it? Maybe. Not really.
No.
No. I think this is a bit similar to the Elsinore Castle, which is it says to be the Denmark castle from
Hamlet. So those are the two most famous plays. It's Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet, right? So you've seen both. Both of them are works of fiction, officially.
So the castle in Helsingborg is not really the Elsinore Castle, although they say it is, but probably isn't.
It sort of is, sort of isn't.
So it's the same with this balcony.
Yeah, obviously Shakespeare never went here. Unless he was actually Italian, went to Italy, probably not.
We don't know.
But I think the only true part is that there were two families that were famous rivals and really rich here, but he made the whole other stuff up.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
So you've seen,
but we've seen the places
theoretic places of the two most famous plays of all time, right?
Ever written, yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel already more creative.
It was a bit, much less crowded in Elsinore. So
yeah, well, it's Denmark, so
sort of Denmark, sort of Sweden. It's right on the cusp.
It's Denmark. Yeah, go see that video. It actually is really nice.
Yeah.
So right to the Merchant Square, there is Piazza dei Signori, which you'll find the famous statue of Dante. Well, this is his behind, but this is where the sun shines. So, and Dante.
And in Romeo and Juliet, this is the place where Romeo gets banished out of Verona forever. It's in the town hall, which is one of these.
Okay, so Dante is not from here, but he visited this place, and he wrote some interesting stuff. Basically, the Italians were really talented, creative, wrote a lot of stuff, created a lot of music, visited a lot of places, and they have statues of older people. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I got it right.
Yeah. When it comes to art and food, they're pretty unbeaten. When it comes to football, sometimes no.
They're really good at football too. Come on. Yesterday when we were landing, we were looking out the window. It was dark outside, and you could see the stadiums, even in small villages. There were so many stadiums. It was crazy.
As we're filming this, Italy won the Euros not long ago,
and then
but immediately failed to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, which was a bit weird.
Getting the stuffing kicked out of them by North Macedonia. So, Jorginho, not the most Italian player, but he's really good and really bad at the same time.
You should open a channel about football stuff.
I have, sort of, but yeah, more about that some other time.
So really close to the Dante statue, you will find a group of a few Gothic tombs, which are really impressive. The legend has it that this is where Juliet was buried, but we don't know for sure, probably not. Anyway, the truth is that this is a set of tombs for the Scaligeri family, which was a rich family in the 14th century, which was ruling Verona at the time, and yeah, it's really nice actually. It's impressive, but it's closed today. Anyway, the tickets would have been €1. And another stop, which is also in the center, is this church. I know it looks like a cathedral, but it's not. It's called the Anastasia Church. So this church over here, interesting, and behind me on this other church you can see a whole painting of Saint Peter the Martyr.
It's the largest.
Oh, yeah, and this is the largest church in the city, right?
And it was built in the 14th century, early 14th century.
Built in the 14th century. And as you walk outside of the old city center, you will find this river, which is rather shallow today, right now. And right over there, you'll see one of the oldest things around, which is a bridge, Ponte Pietra, which was built during the Roman Empire, something like 100 before Christ, so that's like 2,000 years ago. And also on the other side of the river you'll find a castle, which is also very old, the San Pietro's castle, which was built as a fortress
dedicated to on a place where there was a church dedicated to Saint Peter.
Okay. And there's also another Roman structure there, which was built in the 1st century,
which is the theater.
The theater.
They still have place here today.
Yeah, so basically the oldest things in Verona are on the other side of the river. And yeah, I think this is a very nice viewing point by the river. It looks super cool. And I think it's also a nice place to come and have your gelato. And there are some tiny streets around where you find a lot of cafes and restaurants, and yeah, basically everywhere you go you'll find food. Okay, that was enough for the sightseeing. Took us 1.5 hours now. Let's find some place to eat. Unfortunately, some places close after lunch, so we are a bit late because it's 2:30 and some close at 3, and most of them are full. But our goal is to find a place to eat some good pasta. Will we find it? I don't know. But Italy has a lot of restaurants, and I'm sure one of it will feed us. Edward, you found the most beautiful terrace restaurant.
It just goes to show that a bit of Google research, Google Maps research can go a long way.
So this is Terrazza del Ponte something, and it has really affordable prices.
It does?
What did you get?
I got lasagna.
Vegetarian lasagna.
Vegetarian lasagna, yes,
Yeah.
and I got some wine. Got some genuine Italian wine.
Are you excited?
About food, yes, always. Italian food especially. Yes. I haven't been this excited. But this time I went to Munich just to eat some pretzels. That should tell you.
So in Italy, although they do have a lot of pasta, not all of it is vegetarian or vegan. We do not eat other stuff, but we're gonna make a concession and probably eat some cheese. Which, you're in Italy and we cannot waste this opportunity. Again, this is a video about food in Italy. We shall call it Italian Food Tour for the next 3 days. And we are really excited. I haven't seen Edward this excited in a long, long time. Yeah, and he never gets wine, so he got wine.
Food will just do that.
Oh, and by the way, we have this awesome view of the castle by the river. I think this is truly amazing. So far, this place is really nice.
As American hockey players would say, this is what we came for.
So I got the tomato spaghetti. These are actually really, really good. It's a simple dish, but it's good. And yeah, we're here to try all the pasta that Italy has to offer: the spaghetti, the tagliatelle, the gnocchi, the lasagnas, everything. So since we have limited time, you have to eat what you have on the menu. Basically everything.
As expected, you can't really be disappointed by Italian food, especially if you're in Italy eating it.
Took you like 3 minutes to finish it?
It took me 3 minutes to finish it, and I was going slow. It's very good.
Very good. Very good. I ate everything. Eddie's enjoying his wine. Very weird.
I don't particularly like wine generally, but this one is really good, especially with the food. So, you know, it's a really good place to give up on your diet and on deciding not to drink.
You're also having dessert, Edward. What's happening to you?
I think, you know, I can put my training and dieting on a break while we're here. On a long, extended break.
It's good? It's good?
Forget about it.
It's not good?
It's really
The restaurant was exquisite. It was 38 euros, which included the mains, which were 11 euros per person, and then the wine was 3 euros, which is actually acceptable given that we're in Italy. And the coperto was 4 euros for 2 persons, so 2 euros per person. Remember that in Italy, when you sit down at the restaurant, you have to pay for the coperto, which is basically the sitting down, the fact that you have a table, and you also often get an appetizer, which is really nice, but you know, don't be shocked when you have to pay it. But all in all, I think it was really, really good. We had dessert, I had coffee. Yeah, I'm full, not super full, because I'm planning on eating another meal later on, but I'm pretty full right now. That's why we shared the dessert. But Edward decided to get some snack for later from the focacceria next door, and he got yes, he got the like some sort of street food. Focacceria is like pizza, margherita and quattro formaggi. How much was that?
it was 4.50.
4.50. 4.50 2 pieces.
Yes.
Wow, that's really good, because that's like a lot of food. It's basically bread with stuff. Yeah, all food in Italy is bread with stuff, so it's gonna be a lot of bread. And of course, you should not miss the Cathedral of Verona, which is quite impressive. It's free to visit. It has an angel in front of it inviting you to go inside and admire it, you know, pray to God, and it's very nice. Yeah. And as all Catholic places, they make you feel small, insignificant, and rather dumb. Oh, look there! This is another gate from the Romans. It was built 2,000 years ago.
It's from the 1st century.
You walk around the city and you randomly find some really old places like this. So that was our tour of Verona. Now we are about to pay for the parking. We parked at Park Cittadella which is right next to the city center. Let's see how much we have to pay for 4 hours. It's 14 euros for 4 hours. It's here. Yeah, it's a lot. But it was worth it because from here you can walk basically to the center, so very convenient.